This is Debbie Kaufman, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how to do these cards. The technique on these cards, I'm not even sure what the technique is called. So if anybody knows the technique, just make a comment. It's where you fold back the DSPs. You have your four pieces cut, but you fold them back and make it so it's all straight. It's not just folded back, there's a template to it. And I will do a little dry brushing with the blends and have the inside of the card. This is for the Stamp Club. So in your kit, it's garden green at 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and then scored at 5 1/2. So it's a half a sheet of cardstock. You're going to fold it in half. Half a sheet of cardstock, and set that aside. You will have in your kit you have 4 of the designer papers. And what I've done is I took some designer paper and I cut them at 2 inches by 2 5/8 inches. So if you take a 12 by 12 cardstock, you'll get 4. If you cut 2 inches, you'll get 4 for one card. So you'll actually get 6. You'll get 12 cards. 6 cards, excuse me. You got 6 cards with a 12 by 12. Orientation doesn't matter. You'll get the bird, and you'll have to stamp on your own. What I wanted to show you, which is exciting, is that we are going to layer our cards, our designer paper, on our cardstock. And if you decide to just fold them back, you will never get them exact. You'll never get that perfect little square because you'll never fold them all the same. Judy Carter came up with this template, which I absolutely love. It is a template the same size as your designer paper. And you're going to do 2 of them on this side, 1 and 4, and then you'll turn it over and do 2 on this one. So let me show you. This template is actually thick, very thick vanilla, 2 put together, and it's designed specifically for this type of card. This is the whole part of the card that I love. So we're going to lay that here, and we're going to take the small end and we're going to score. And I need my dimensionals, which are right here. Ooh, I didn't lose them this time. And set that aside, and then I'm going to do 2 with 1 and 4. So I'm going to do this again, score it, and set that aside, and then turn it over. And the Stamp Club members will get this template in their kit so they can use it for other cards as well. And we're going to score, set that aside, and do the same here. So now we have 4 of them. And what we're going to do is fold them back and add a dimensional. So here's my score. I'm going to put my dimensional here. And fold it back on that score line. Here's my score line. Add a dimensional. So this is a way to use up your designer paper, and you can put anything in the middle. I forgot to take the paper off of that. There we go. Here's the score line. So today we're using the bird, which is perched in a tree. We're using the bird and the die cut for the branch, and then this stamp for the envelope. We're using the aspen dies for the bird, and go-to greetings for the happy birthday. I love this go-to greetings because they're small enough to fit on the small pieces of scrap paper, and then the nature's prints for the inside sentiment. So we're going to fold this. I did this video the other day and then it quit recording halfway through, so we're hoping we get all the way through it this time. And this doesn't stay. I have a hard time keeping things in place. Okay, here's my score line. The dimensional. And fold it back on the score line. Okay. Oh, dang it. Yep, it's still recording. I thought it quit. Whew, scary there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you when you layer them on. It's like putting a puzzle together. I haven't adhered them yet, but see how perfect that is? And if you decided to just fold them, it wouldn't work. So this template really works. Now, in order to adhere them down, we're going to take this one away, and we're going to just start in the upper corner here. You can use any type of adhesive. I'm going to use just a little bit of glue. I'm going to put that over here so hopefully I don't bump it and turn off my camera. And make a little border. I'm trying to see from how I can make sure I'm see this right. Okay. So as you can see, it's any of your designer paper would work. And we're using the Fresh as a Daisy designer paper. I probably have that name wrong too, but. And then we're going to do the third one here. So you got your border. Okay. Now, I want to put the branch down for the bird to sit on. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the branch and have it kind of come down a little bit so it'll have room for the bird to sit on there. Now I can put this on instead of tucking it under. Now I can adhere this. I can see this being done as a Christmas card too, with just using this template of Judy's. Okay. Now you go, oh, the bird, but the bird's not colored. We're going to color the bird using blending brushes. And the reason I like to use blending brushes on this bird, I actually cut out several of these. I die cut several out of white, and then I put them in my Stamparatus and stamp a whole bunch of them. So I have a bunch on hand because I do use the birds a lot, and it's easy to use. We're using wild wheat for the first go around here, and I'm using a blending brush and starting off the bird. I'm just going to get, and you can make the chest as light or dark as you want. Some of my birds are different colors. And I will set that aside. And then we're going to do boho blue. And get my bird this way. This is a great coloring technique because you see how quickly I've done that bird? Ooh, I love it. The bird is done, just like that. The bird is done. And I'm going to take my rag and wipe off my grid paper here. So my bird is done. I better close my wild weed. Well, I'm going to leave my wild weed open because we're going to use that again. This scrap here is what you use when you cut your basic white to fit in the inside of your card. There's always a little piece left over. I am using the happy birthday from the go-to greetings, and I'm stamping that in pebbled path. But I like that you can, I'm not right over the top of here, so I'm going to see if I can get it straight. That Stampin' Up! Actually has sentiments that fit on these little bitty strips. Okay, still recording. Good. I'll set that aside, and then I'm also going to stamp on the inside best wishes and happy thoughts. Now, I have lined up my stamp set with my grid paper, made it straight on my grid paper, and then I look at my bottom part of my block and I keep that in a straight line on my grid paper. So I know I can't do it. This is what happened the last time when I ended up shutting off the video, so I really can't show you. I do line it up, and then I line up my block so it gets straight. And I'm going to have to do it off camera in order to make sure so my block stays straight. I line the bottom of my block up with the bottom of my grid paper. And when I do that, my sentiment is straight. But the last time I pulled it back and then I ended up turning the video off. So that is those cards. I need to get my scissors, my paper snips. And we'll just finish adding the bird to my card. I use dimensionals. I love dimensionals because it kind of makes things pop. Now again, as you can see, anything can go in here. You can do Christmas designer paper and put an ornament in the middle, or just a greeting. You can do a mail card with the mail designer paper and put the motorcycle there. So it's really lining up the technique with that template that Judy created. And like I said, the Stamp Club members will be getting that in their kit. Okay, there's my bird. Put my sentiment on the inside. And line that up. Okay. Now we need to do the envelope too, and I'm just doing the speckled. I don't know what the speckled is, but it works for me because I just stamp that up here so you can see. And then I'm going to clean that. And add some wild wheat to it, just to coordinate the colors And then you could add some on the inside of your card too, to make it all coordinate. But that is this. Oh, I need to put the sentiment on. So I like to just trim, and we will add a couple dimensionals to that as well. See how quick and easy this card was? I mean, the bird just, I love the blending brushes on the bird because you can just do a couple colors and see? How cute is that? Okay, this is Debbie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and happy stampin'! Bye.